On March 6th, the UFC returns with a stacked card that will feature 4 champions.
The MMA leader has brought some serious star power.
We've got the goods.
And a pair of title challengers who represent nations from all corners of the planet.
They're the best to do what they do.
African-born and New Zealand-made, middleweight king Israel Adesanya moves up to 205 pounds for a headlining super fight with Polish champion Jan Blachowicz.
Israel Adesanya, man, he wants the challenges that other people may have tried to avoid. Whoever he's facing, he seems to just have an answer.
This is just going to prove to people that muscles don't win fights.
We push the pedal to the floor. In this game, we always ready for more. They try to push me to my limit, but they ain't know that I've been here before.
He is a great fighter, but I know what true greatness is.
100% effort, nothing less.
We on the next level, homie, climb up. We ain't gonna stop till I'm done. Too late, homie, time's up.
That's undisputed. Quick night at the office for the champion, Israel Adesanya.
What now?
When we in it.
I'm the best in the world right now, and nothing can stop me.
This is his division. He's been fighting all these guys at 205 his entire career.
When he lands, he can shut your lights out.
Believe in the legendary Polish power.
What you gonna do?
Jan Blachowicz has done it. He's the undisputed UFC light heavyweight champion.
Everything can be over in just a minute.
In the co-main event, Brazil's first female UFC champion, Amanda Nunes,
Brasil, vocês têm com quem contar. Eu sou a verdadeira campeã aqui.
owner of both the bantamweight and featherweight belts.
If anyone has shown time and time again that they can step up to any challenge, it is Amanda Nunes, the greatest female fighter of all time.
Puts her 145-pound title on the line.
We need someone to challenge this woman. Otherwise, you're just going to see these assassinations.
Against Australian challenger, Megan Anderson.
She's in tough night at the office.
Megan Anderson, by knockout.
Amanda Nunes is looking to defend her title sometime soon.
Let's go.
Plus, Russian champion Petr Yan.
Petr Yan, one of the hardest hitting bantamweights that we've ever seen in here. And that'll do it. Petr Yan is an undisputed world champion at 27.
Defends his 135-pound title against an American with proud Jamaican roots,
We knew a contender was going to rise.
This guy's been right there the whole time.
Aljamain Sterling.
He's attacked. Oh my goodness, Aljamain
Sterling with a monumental win tonight. You can't keep a star from shining, and my star's going to shine bright.
Span the globe for an inside look. As the best in the world prepare for glory.
You can't stop it all now.
It's UFC 259 Countdown. And it all starts right now.
The UFC has returned to the famed Fight Island here in the United Arab Emirates, and with it, the MMA leader has brought some serious star power in the form of a championship doubleheader.
UFC 253 on Fight Island in Abu Dhabi was a massive pay-per-view event that featured 2 highly anticipated title bouts. The first being contested for the vacant light heavyweight belt between former title challenger Dominic Reyes and Polish knockout artist Jan Blachowicz.
Well, Joanna Jędrzejczyk was the first fighter from Poland to break through and realize a UFC championship. We'll see how it goes for Jan Blachowicz in his 15th UFC appearance here tonight.
Has looked fantastic. He's good on the ground. He's good everywhere he goes, and he's got that Polish power, man.
So much power behind that right hand of his. Works the body well. He's got a high fight IQ. He can fall back on a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt if need be. And just a few months before he will become a father for the first time in December, Jan Blachowicz would like nothing more than to have a shiny new UFC title belt to bring into that delivery room.
Ready now.
Early low leg attack for Jan. Beautiful entry from Jan as he lands the body kick.
Look at the footprint already on the ribs of Reyes. Blachowicz is on it. He's seeing it.
Both guys starting to open up. Some nose damage for Reyes, who covers up here.
Oh, they're slinging.
Wow.
There's that left kick from Reyes.
Oh! Big left from Jan Blachowicz. He's hurt. Reyes in a world of trouble. Jan Blachowicz has
taking it all in right now. I'm a UFC champion now.
You have to be the UFC champion to feel it, you know?
And now the path to light heavyweight gold and glory goes through Poland.
It's a lot of different emotion in one moment. I wish everybody to feel this. It's amazing feeling.
Blachowicz became the first male Polish UFC champion. And that crowning achievement was celebrated all across his European homeland.
When I come back to Poland, I feel like a national treasure. A lot of people come to airport to celebrate with me. When I go to my hometown, people come to the city center. You know, we celebrate together. A lot of meetings, interviews, visiting Prime Minister, you know. To be a champion, I was ready for that. But to be a father, I don't know.
While Blachowicz returned from Abu Dhabi as a full-blown celebrity, he also returned as a new father.
O, siema, co tam? No rośnie. Czasem płacze, czasem nie, czasem wiesz. No, czasem da pospać.
When I saw him first time, I cannot believe, you know? When I hold him in my hand and say, no, it could be, but no, it is. It's real, you know, it's happened. He is my son, you know?
Już?
Dobra, dzięki, pozdro, hej.
Na pewno. Maybe he gonna be, you know, fighter like me. Maybe he gonna be, you know, ruler of the world.
Ojejku.
We will see. Maybe he will, you know, work for NASA. I would like to that he will be just happy. Now I've got bigger motivation, you know, to make better fights. Yeah.
The same night Blachowicz seized the light heavyweight crown, an unbeaten middleweight champ would close the show.
Cool as a cucumber, here is the Nigerian-born, New Zealand-raised Israel Adesanya, 8-0 in the UFC, made his debut back in 2018, stopped Derek Brunson later that year to cap a 4-0 first year on the roster, and then it was off to the races for the now undisputed UFC middleweight champion, Israel Adesanya.
Israel Adesanya, man, this man is a champion, former kickboxer, and just dynamite on the feet. Whoever he's facing, he seems to just have an answer. He picks his shots. He sees things coming. He counters so beautifully. He's relaxed. He's dancing. His feet are always planted. He's always in position, and he's so confident, and he knows how to celebrate.
He believes that he has all the tools to get it done and successfully defend this undisputed title for a second time.
Israel Adesanya's UFC 253 title bout came against the most brash rival he had ever faced.
I'm ahead of the game. You're gonna need that when you get downgraded. I have a gift for you. I'm gonna knock your ass out, bitch. Well, I'm knocking your ass out. What you gonna do?
Undefeated Brazilian knockout artist, Paulo Costa.
This is only the second time in UFC history that we have a male championship fight that features two undefeated athletes. They are Israel Adesanya and Paulo Costa. So tonight, with a Fight Island backdrop, it shall be done. Adesanya versus Costa for all the middleweight marbles.
Stay focused. You're rhythm.
Ooh, strong leg kick from Izzy to start. Costa waves him on.
Adesanya super efficient here early on.
He's precise with it. He's hitting that same exact spot, right on the knee, every time.
Costa going hands behind his back earlier than I expected.
I'm a fan of showboating, obviously. You know why? Because it's a good tactic to distract the opponent, to give them a different look.
The gamesmanship continues from Paulo Costa.
Yeah, not to be recommended.
But it was not working for him, so I don't know why he kept on trying.
And again, Adesanya putting in good work on that lead leg of Costa. Brilliant.
Come. Here, I'm here, come. He showed me his game plan. He's not going to be able to get to me, so he's going to try and bait me.
That gamemanship is slowing down, John.
This is 3D chess, 4D chess. I'm ahead of the game.
That leg is absolute trash. Oh! This is not looking good for Paulo Costa. He's getting picked apart here.
This guy was not covertly, he was overtly talking and being a bitch. So I had to do it to him.
Oh!
What now?
He has left Anderson Silva, Kelvin Gastelum, Robert Whitaker, Yoel Romero, and now Paulo Costa in his wake.
I know you're mad. Stay salty, babe.
Well, if there are some out there that still want to deny this man and question his greatness, he is putting himself in some pretty elite company with what he is doing. Israel Adesanya remains the class of the 185-pounders.
The victory over Costa solidified Adesanya's place atop the sport, where a charismatic champion can spread the wealth.
Hey. It's not the same color as Kurama. Like similar. Please? You happy? Oh, love you. Okay? Happy? Where we come from our culture, like, it's a sign of success, you know, when you can do something like that. I just want to spread love, spread joy, and inspire. Dad, go in the passenger.
I don't want her to drive me yet. It's too nervous.
You can coach her. Look at her.
Peace. Okay.
At present, Adesanya is quite literally unstoppable in the middleweight division.
3, 2, 1, go.
So for newfound glory, the last stylebender to set his sights on the weight class above.
Leave your arms right out. Leave your arms right out and pull them right back.
I've been thinking about moving up just to show off.
Hurry up. Come on.
I've done it in kickboxing. I moved up to heavyweight.
You cannot ask for more. You cannot ask for more. The left hook, Israel Adesanya. Anything you can do, I can do 3 times.
Work.
I've done it in boxing. When I was a boxer, I moved up and fought a world-class guy heavyweight.
Change. Need more takedowns. You guys, put more pressure.
So it just has to happen in MMA.
He walks around as a light heavyweight, so he's strong, he's fit, he's agile, and he'll be able to put a lot of the light heavyweights to sleep very easily.
Pressure.
It's the right time for Israel to move up our division for several reasons. One of them being the challenge of Jan Blachowicz, a very good fighter, a heavier fighter, a bigger fighter.
Newly crowned champion Jan Blachowicz is a true light heavyweight with trademarked Polish power.
Polish power! Jan Blachowicz!
But the UFC agreed that the time was right for a super fight at 205 pounds.
Light heavyweight champion Jan Blachowicz is set to defend his belt against middleweight champion Israel Adesanya at UFC 259 on March 6th.
Adesanya changed his weight category because maybe he can do it everything his way. Doesn't matter for me what he say, what he think. We will see inside the octagon who is better fighter. Let's do this.
What you gonna do? Explode!
Time.
This is a real level test fight for Stylebender. This is where we find out what's up.
As countries across the globe have adapted to an ongoing pandemic, perhaps none have done so with more success than New Zealand. The island nation enjoys a sense of normalcy, where natives like middleweight champion Israel Adesanya can revel in one of Oceania's most storied pastimes.
Very lucky to be joined by Israel Adesanya. Thank you so much for joining us. What would you bring to an All Blacks team?
Flying knees. We are at Eden Park Stadium, about to watch the All Blacks smoke the Wallabies. But before that, I'm gonna go on the roof, get high as You are now witnessing myself get high, and that's right next to the world beater, Joseph Parker. I am about to walk on top of Eden Park Stadium. Honestly, this is dope. It's the biggest attending crowd post-COVID. The little things and the big things. Having a drink, being out in public, It is electric. It is electric. But I don't mind the photos here because it's a time and place. You know, I'm in a public space. Everyone can see what's happening, and it's cool just to interact with people. And we're on.
Quality finish from the All Blacks.
That was fun.
So good.
That was epic. I love it. Little moments like that, you gotta take advantage.
This is George Rich. He'll show you around.
Hey, brother, how are you? That was a good game out there. Watch them. I only know bad words in Fiji.
Oh, true.
Oh, long time. I saw you last time.
Yeah, that's
hey, how you, man? Sure, brother. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Likewise. Wow, peace. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. Thank you, sir. Oh, we smoked them. All Blacks smoked the Wallabies at Eden Park, of course, at home, undefeated, and still since '93. Okay, do it from here. I think do it from here. You sure? Oh, bro, I'm an athlete. It's off. No. All right, we're off.
Adesanya's lifestyle is supported by his success in the octagon. And a win over light heavyweight champion Jan Blachowicz on March 6th could elevate his superstardom to even greater heights. But Blachowicz is keen on spoiling Adesanya's plans and has enlisted the services of boxing champion Izu Ugono to prepare for the striking challenge that Adesanya presents.
Izu Ugono is his name, 17-0, born and raised in Poland, a kickboxing champ, has a master's degree, and then got into boxing, and he looks fairly fluid.
As Jan's sparring partner, I'm trying to imitate Israel's style, which is not easy because he's one of the most talented fighters and strikers in the UFC at the moment.
Jeszcze jedną robicie? Gotowi? Czas, jedziemy!
But my role was to move around, stick, jab.
Siatki, rusz się. Nie stój, Jasiu, nie stój, nie czekaj.
Throw some awkward movement just to help Jan to get to his top form.
Poczekaj na prawy.
Tak jest.
Israel Adesanya is, great fighter, kickboxer, really good stand-up fighter, really weird style, but I'm gonna be ready for this.
Trzymaj łapy wysoko, Jan. Trzymaj ręce. Głowa nisko przy wymianie.
When he moved to my category, he gonna feel different power. Everything what he feel inside the octagon will be much different.
Presja, tak, dobrze, Jan.
Na bok siatki. Dobrze.
I just, feel his speed, and when I feel it, I will knock him out.
30 sekund. Ratuj tułowie.
Blachowicz is leaving no stone unturned ahead of his first title defense. From sparring partners to the elements of nature, he embraces anything that offers a competitive edge.
We've got beautiful Polish winter, and it's time for recovery, so it's ice bathing. It's really good for your body, for your mental training, for your breath, for your cardio, for your recovery, for everything. And the temperature is good because right now it's minus 11 under the zero, yeah? So it's gonna be great. We need to do light warm out, 10 minutes, a little bit heat, and then we go. 10 minutes will be enough. Maybe a little bit more, we will see. Musimy rozbić lód. Standardowo jesteśmy nieprzygotowani do tego, ale w formie rozgrzewki to zrobimy. Będzie dobrze. Just have to enjoy the feelings. Control your emotion, control your breath, and enjoy the ice, ice bathing. It's not California, but it's good.
Although this time of year in Poland is synonymous with harsh winters, it's midsummer across the globe in New Zealand, where middleweight champion Israel Adesanya is also harnessing the fruits of Mother Nature. to prepare for UFC 259.
I started working with a breathing coach.
All right, boys.
And this guy takes it to another level.
Jamie is the guy that you're following. Follow that man.
Okay.
Okay? If he goes in this way, you go in this way. Yeah. Don't take your eyes off him. The Iron Sand training is an opportunity not only to test their breathing capacity, but also to put them in an unfamiliar environment. Hey, push it! Push it! So they're running through the water and there's just a lot of resistance there and there's rips and holes that they have to navigate. Push! Go deeper, deeper! Every time a wave comes, they have to recalibrate and keep running. Run, man, run! The first group's gonna follow Jamie in a zigzag pattern all the way down to the end. You're pushing from the bottom up, drive, and then coming down, you're recovering. It doesn't matter how fit you are, the sand dunes will own everybody. Push, boys, push!
100% effort, nothing less. Fight yourself. Out to the top, don't stop. Push yourself, push yourself. Fight the mental battle, fight the mental battle.
The sand is so soft and it's so steep that, you know, by the time you're down the end of the dune, you're pretty buggered.
Go through the darkness, boys. Go through the darkness. That's all you gotta do to win a fight. Come on, boys, come on, all the way. Don't stop on the way out. Keep driving all the way up. Drive to the top. Breathe, guys, breathe. Concentrate.
Okay, straight on the ground, get over there and recover. Okay, so we got 2 minutes lying on your backs on the sand. Okay, do a body scan, start in the face, move all the way down to your feet. Find where you're holding tension, let it go. Use nose in, mouth out to start. Once you get control, nose in, nose out.
I can already feel the difference and a paradigm shift on the way I think about breath work.
Relax the chest and shoulders. No one's rapid breathing. In through the nose, hold, and then exhale.
I can feel my blood pulsing.
Inhale, hold, exhale, relax.
On my veins, and I try and imagine them slowing down as I'm breathing. When I do that, I can feel them start to slow down.
All right, pick up some iron sand in your hands. Feel that good, that's the power right there. Okay, when this next tide comes through, we're gonna inhale, hold as it pushes through. Okay, on this one here, hold long as you can. Down under, long as you can.
Like, oh, you can really change a course of a fight with how you breathe. And put it this way, my gas tank's never gonna be empty.
Either a new double champ will be crowned, or a Polish king will reign supreme.
What a career resurgence it has been for the new champion, Jan Blachowicz.
And we will all bear witness on March 6th.
Come on, Israel, push.
What I'm expecting is myself to be my best.
It's gonna hurt. Try that's losing.
Show up as me.
Oh! That is it! Still undisputed! Too easy.
To finish him.
March 6th, I will knock him out or submit him.
Oh! Big left from Jan Blachowicz! He's hurt! Stop.
And still, UFC champion,
Jan Blachowicz has done it!
Jan Blachowicz.
The path to light heavyweight gold and glory goes through Poland.
In the UFC's rich history, only 4 individuals have held 2 titles simultaneously.
2-division champion Conor McGregor.
Oh! Tommy announced me it's down! UFC history! Get him a second belt!
But only one has simultaneously held and defended 2 world championships. Reigning bantamweight and featherweight queen, Amanda Nunes.
She's without a doubt the best power striker in the sport, the best women's fighter of all time.
Oh! Knocks Chris Cyborg out cold!
This woman has cleaned out 2 divisions.
Oh! Amanda Nunes, still queen of the jungle!
This is the GOAT! No one has ever defended the title in both weight classes, so you have made history.
I'm like defending both belts. I'm the great.
Amanda Nunes is a cut above the rest. And as the double champ hits her stride, the list of worthy challengers is wearing thin. But in the heart of Missouri looms a towering 145-pound contender.
Let's go!
With an imposing frame that is unlike anything Nunes has yet faced.
Megan is a real 45er. She can't make 35, and she can barely make 45. She's huge, she hits like a man. She moves like a man, she's strong like a man. And I really think that she's gonna give Amanda her toughest fight yet.
Australian featherweight Megan Anderson has paired physical gifts with unwavering determination.
So, you're good here. Launch this through and just lower your level. There you go. There we go.
To earn a title shot against Nunes at UFC 259.
There we go. Stay on him the whole time. There it is. Turn, turn, turn. Beautiful. Just like that.
I moved halfway across the world to be the best version of me possible. I literally had $1,000 to my name and a bag of clothes, and that was pretty much all I had. I would FaceTime my mum every day and cried.
Put his head to the outside hip. Now push to create space. Yes, there you go. There, much better. Now if he tries to double off, you've got underhook.
But at the end of the day, I just think about what I'm doing.
Just like that.
Focusing on just staying in my lane and putting my head down and doing the work.
Anderson's stateside relocation
Megan Anderson!
landed her in the home base for Invicta.
Oh, beautiful head kick by Anderson.
An all-female promotion that has been a breeding ground for UFC greats.
The power of Megan Anderson has had the division on notice. She is one of the top prospects here at 145. Anderson with the right. Left eye kick. She's done. Megan Anderson is the Invicta UFC featherweight champion.
That was insane.
An Invicta world title punched Anderson's ticket to the big show.
That's a legitimate 145-pound Invicta champion.
Where she battled the promotion's very best.
I mean, you're talking about a woman in Holly Holm, an 18-time boxing champion, UFC bantamweight champion.
And although the big stage was daunting, Anderson would eventually find her footing.
She's improving all the time. She's believing in her skill set. Real nice takedown by Anderson. She can be a tough night at the office for anybody on the roster. She's just going to put it all together. Oh, she's in the triangle.
There's the tap. Megan Anderson coming up large here back in Australia.
Now with back-to-back first-round finishes.
Oh!
Megan Anderson by knockout!
Anderson has her coveted title shot with the Lioness.
Well, listen, a little bird tells me Amanda Nunes is looking to defend her title sometime soon. I'm assuming you may be interested in that.
What do you guys think? Let's go!
When Amanda Nunes is not dominating opposition in the octagon, she can be found in South Florida with Nina Ansaroff, who in the past year has become much more than a wife and a training partner.
Me and Nina met 8 years ago. We fall in love doing the thing we love. Only one thing was missing.
I think.
September 24 was the best day of my life. It was the day my daughter, Reagan's born. When I saw that baby come out, it was the best thing ever.
Hey, filhinha.
You know, it was rough the first few nights because I had a really bad delivery and we didn't sleep in the hospital at all.
We wake up like 3 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock. So it's a little bit rough for me.
She compared everything to like having a dog the first week we had
you
the
have
baby.
to take care, you have to worry about it. Every time you travel, you have to leave the dogs with somebody. You have to feed them, you have to put them outside. So it's like kind of
You
baby.
never were around babies before, so she's like, just kind of like a dog. I'm like, can you stop comparing our baby to a dog, please?
We're in a good spot. Our job will really let us be there for her. We can take her to my fights, Nina fight. We can be home. We can go take to the gym. Training camp is like a little bit hard this time for sure. But we enjoy every single day. Cabecinha.
Reagan and Nunes will soon learn that fighting is a way of life, where training camps are the norm, And for her mother, Amanda, so too are frequent title defenses.
My training camp for this fight is a little bit different. My daughter just born, and I have to adjust myself to get a new life. My little baby, I think it's gonna be a good life for her. We work harder for, you know.
Fighters are no different than anybody else. They have changes in their life and what's going on around them, and it affects their job. You look to see how they're gonna react. It's done nothing but make a man more determined.
Eso.
Maybe having a screaming baby at home makes you want to come into work and punch somebody in the face. But she's here for business, she's prepared, she's ready, and you're gonna see the results.
Vai. Mais duas.
Next up for Nunes is a March 6th co-main event.
Vamos.
Against featherweight challenger Megan Anderson.
Mais três.
Where newfound inspiration will bring out the very best in Lioness.
Mais uma. Volta. Deu.
And for Anderson, a showdown with the greatest of all time.
Like the kicks.
Is an opportunity she won't let go to waste.
She's mean when she gets in that cage, but so am I. I'm willing to do whatever it takes to make sure my hand is raised.
I can beat her everywhere.
Mais duas. Explode.
Whatever she's gonna do, I'm gonna be ready, and I will finish her.
When you have a champion that's so incredibly dominant, the rest of the division has to rise up.
We're gonna hear a new UFC 145-pound featherweight champion.
She's the best female mixed martial arts fighter ever. And now we wait for a challenger to rise.
Yes.
How do you not love Matt Serra? One of the nicest guys you'll ever meet in your life. Down to earth, humble, honest, fantastic fighter. He caught him. He hurt him again. He hurt him again.
Serra buckles St. Pierre.
Oh,
Serra is the new welterweight champion of the world.
That was incredible.
MMA in the Empire State is synonymous with an affable jiu-jitsu coach from Long Island. But former UFC welterweight champion Matt Serra.
I bring him forward, straight pelvis forward. We're out, we limp out back.
Has passed the baton to his star pupil, Aljamain Sterling.
Yeah, I'm master to the time.
Who continues the winning tradition.
Let's go, guys, we're on. We didn't get dressed up for nothing. Good, Funk Master, take your time. Protect the neck. Protect the neck, don't let his hands connect. Good, Funk Master, take your time.
Everyone knows Matt. He's kind of like a kid at heart, always breaking balls as well.
Hey, Pete, that's not an escape. That's not an escape when you end up mounted.
Either making fun of you or challenging you in terms of how hard you're working.
Are you tired?
I like that as a coach. He's accomplished something that I'm trying to accomplish now, which is becoming a world champion.
Monsters! We have monsters in this academy, Warren.
Dana White putting that belt around my waist is something I've been thinking about for a very, very long time. And
how's it gonna end? We got 15 seconds.
It's right there. It's so attainable. All I have to do is go out and grab it.
One of the hottest prospects in the world at 135 pounds, Aljamain the Funkmaster Sterling.
Following his college wrestling campaign, Sterling's championship dreams in MMA immediately began to materialize.
He's the bantamweight champ. He's here to defend it.
An 8-0 start to his pro career saw the Funkmaster win 5 title bouts and earn a contract with the UFC.
I've been hearing a lot of great things about this young man.
Fighting style is very unorthodox.
Oh!
That's why they call it funky.
Well, I'm a freaking viper, baby. The human anaconda!
You really have to think a lot because you don't know what he's gonna do next. He's been called the bantamweight version of John Jones.
I'm throwing kicks from everywhere. I'm throwing punches from everywhere.
Aljamain Sterling looks phenomenal tonight.
I'm setting up my punches with kicks, where you don't see that a lot.
His ability to execute wild techniques.
Oh! I'm setting up my takedowns with kicks where you don't see that a lot. And once I get the fight to the ground...
Oh, look at this! That is crazy!
it's gonna be a good night for myself.
I don't think there's anybody in this division that can hang with me.
I'd say that when I want it.
You can't keep a star from shining, and my star's gonna shine bright.
Came up for nothing, I say what I wanted, no, ain't no discussion, I aim and I boost.
Sterling captured 10 victories against top bantamweights in the UFC. But his latest victory over top prospect Corey Sandhagen made Sterling the clear #1 contender.
Fight. Here we go, folks.
Aljo putting that pressure on early. Aljo's got his back. Oh my goodness!
Finish it! Put him out! Put him out! Stop!
Well, we knew a contender was gonna rise, and that contender's name is Aljamain Sterling. What a statement you just made, my friend.
I'm tired of all this hype. Everyone talking about Petr Yan's the greatest guy, and you better win your fight, because I'm coming for that ass.
После боя Стерлинг вызвал на бой меня. Много болтает. Я жду просто того дня, когда уже нас сведут. Если я попаду по нему несколько раз, то у него совсем поменяется все в голове.
It's no surprise that some of the world's harshest regions produce some of the world's greatest fighters. The 135-pound UFC champion Petr Yan is a hardened Russian who came of age in the frigid expanse of Siberia.
Играем сегодня в баскетбол, играем корректно, без травм, самое главное. Договорились?
Практически все детство прожил в деревне и уже с 6 класса мы переехали с семьей в город, где я начал заниматься спортом, баскетбол, плавание. Да, у меня много было драк, правда, очень много вообще в детстве. Например, были такие случаи, что было 6 уроков, и на каждой перемене я дрался вот там по 6 раз бывало, что...
Jan's athletic pursuits would land him in boxing, before a career in MMA quickly followed. And the goal of becoming UFC champion saw Jan traverse the globe in order to hone his craft. From Thailand to Brazil, where Jan once took guidance from a living legend.
Я тренировался с Жозе Алдо. Я знал, насколько он серьезный, насколько он опасен, так как в 2016 году я еще был молод, я не был настолько силен, наверное, в каких-то аспектах. И я просто себе сказал сам, что если я не побью его, то вообще как я могу мечтать о каком-то поясе, о каких-то, не знаю, вершинах единоборств, спорта.
Welcome to the UFC, Petr No Mercy Yan. Power all the way through these punches. That's it.
As Jan skyrocketed to the top of the sport.
Look at these hands.
He's a face-forward pressure fighter.
The stars would align.
Petr Yan is a problem.
For a date with his idol.
Abu Dhabi, UAE.
Let's do this. Fight Island, Johnny boy.
Former featherweight champion Jose Aldo would move down to bantamweight for a shot at the vacant belt.
Jose Aldo, two-time UFC featherweight champion, and tonight looking to carve out more UFC history.
And it was Petr Yan who was the contender, lying in wait.
In 25 minutes or fewer, we will have a UFC bantamweight champion. Here we go.
Gentlemen, first round, you ready? You ready? Bring it on.
Oh! Early land with the right by Jan.
Man, the speed of both these guys. Jan's doing such a good job of staying composed in there. You know, he knows he deserves this title shot, and he's not fazed by the greatness of Jose Aldo. Every time one of them lands a shot, the other one immediately responds.
They are so evenly matched in speed, technique, power. They both want to win so badly. Petr Yan coming out hard here through a long, fast combination.
Я настолько поверил в это реально, что я побью его, что мне снились сны перед боем. Я вот на протяжении 2-3 месяцев. Все эти пазлы, я говорю, я сложил. Я понял, что это мой день.
Incredible, but we have a new champion, and his name is Petr Yan.
UFC bantamweight title challenger Aljamain Sterling grew up in an enormous New York household with 20 brothers and sisters. With the undivided attention of his parents was seldom achieved.
Growing up for me was pretty tough. I didn't see my dad too often when we were kids. I always felt like I was missing that father figure in my life. But fortunately for me, I was able to have other people involved in my life that ended up kind of filling that void. Especially Dave, he was a big help for me growing up.
Now, I was watching some videos. They were telling me to break the wrist over the ball.
Well, I don't want you to have that much forward press, especially this is a shot you want to hit it up in the air a little, right? We're gonna get a little hinge, right? Little hinge and a little release.
It's gonna be a money shot.
All right, let's see it.
Okay. You see it? Did you see it?
Yeah, you killed it. We met in 2006. He was a new wrestler, and my son and him were in the same weight class. They kind of became friendly, and I kind of offered to take them and coach them at freestyle wrestling tournaments, which was sort of what the more ambitious wrestlers did. There you go.
There it is. I didn't have any money or anything like that. I didn't have any means of transportation to get to these tournaments, and they weren't the cheapest thing, especially back then.
Okay, no, you're good now. Beautiful. I told him, actually, listen, I'll come get you, we'll coach you, and take you to the tournaments.
All I had to do was wake up, and he was gonna take me pretty much all across Long Island to these wrestling tournaments.
Hey, he's a winner. When Jan sees that chip, he's gonna throw in the towel.
For Dave to do something like that for someone he didn't know from a hole in the wall was very inspiring.
My biggest ambition was that he was just gonna be able to parlay it into a college education, because clearly he was intelligent, and I think, you know, it's all worked out pretty well.
The two-time NCAA All-American wrestler is now a UFC title challenger. And for the tail end of training camp, Sterling relocates to the city where his title bout will soon take place. For daily access to the UFC Performance Institute.
Glad you found a little home here.
And sparring sessions guided by local legend Eric Nixick. But the champion is relocating as well, finalizing preparations at the world-renowned American top team. Where, as always, owner Dan Lambert has welcomed an athlete in need.
His manager's a friend of mine and called us up and said, you know, there's some COVID restrictions around, and, you know, he's looking for a place domestically in the U.S. to train. You know, anytime we get a guy of Peter's caliber that wants to come here and put in a camp, it's great for us. It'll help him out and give him some different looks, and it's great for our guys to see an example of what it takes to get to where they want to go. They see Peter in here, and he's one of the first ones to get here and one of the last ones to leave, and they say the effort he's putting in, and they realize, you know, this guy isn't here by accident. He's got that presence. You can tell when he walks in the gym that this dude's here for business, and he's a savage.
Hardcore dedication every time. Вот там мы засиделись, братцы, не пали нам разгуляться, Русь молодая, силы немерено.
Although international travel restrictions have placed Petr Yan on American soil for the remainder of training camp, it's the Russian homeland that he will always represent.
ММА, в принципе, это новый вид спорта. еще буквально там 3 года назад оно не было настолько популярно. И сегодня мы видим, что этот спорт набирает очень большую популярность. Поэтому, безусловно, я горд поднимать этот флаг, показывать пример молодежи, что кем бы ты ни был, откуда ты ни был, ты можешь... Конечно, то, что первая защита будет против Стерлинга. Мы разные вообще по габаритам, по, знаешь, там, по показателям, по различным. Он понимает, что чем дальше поединок будет продвигаться, тем ему это будет сложнее сделать, так как...
On March 6th in Las Vegas,
He is the real deal.
Petr Yan and Aljamain Sterling put their life's work on the line.
Nice. For real.
It's a fight game, man. I'm ready for everything.
Where the victor continues his legacy
I'm here to be #1.
as the undisputed champion of the world.
You know what's gonna happen.
Finish, finish, finish.
I'm gonna keep coming, and I'm gonna keep putting the pressure on him.
You see him as a better fighter each and every time.
He's the paper champ, and I'm ready to rip it up.
The bantamweight clash gives way for Amanda Nunes
Amanda Nunes, still queen of the jungle.
to defend her featherweight belt against Megan Anderson.
Megan Anderson by knockout.
And the middleweight champ Israel Adesanya
Israel Adesanya is the most sophisticated striker we've ever seen in the sport. And he always wants to take on the biggest challenge.
Huge left from Blachowicz. Rock holds out.
to move up for a battle with light heavyweight king Jan Blachowicz.
Big left from Jan Blachowicz. Poland, your guy got it done.
A star-studded event for the history books.
Some serious leather is going to be thrown inside that octagon.